This is Dakota Cowboy, presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust. I'm your host, Wild Bill, the media director here at the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame. So glad you could join us on this Labor Day Sunday evening as summer is kind of winding down a little bit. In fact, this coming weekend will be the last weekend for the 2023 Medora Musical. Ahead of that, on Thursday, we have the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame 2023 Golf Scramble, and that's going to be held at Bully Pulpit Golf Course. It's the 10th year for the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame Golf Scramble, and it's going to be a great time. We'll be sure to bring you some highlights on the next Dakota Cowboy. Also, coming up next weekend, the 8th, 9th, and the 10th, it's the Devil's Lake Shootout Rodeo, and you can see highlights of that right here on Beck TV. It's going to be a great rodeo. Over 350 contestants are expected. They've got mini broncs starting each performance, and the community of Devil's Lake has really stepped up to support this rodeo, which came back last year, and this year it is bigger and better than ever. And meanwhile, here at the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame, we are open from 9 to 6 daily. We'll be adjusting our hours soon, but we'll be sure to let you know about that on our Facebook page, on our website, and here on Dakota Cowboy. And what a great program we have for you today. Tisa Peak spent some time at the MHA Finals, and she talks to several people involved with that big rodeo, and talk about a passionate bunch of folks that really put a lot of themselves into putting on a great rodeo performance. We're looking forward to Tisa's conversation with some of those folks from the MHA Rodeo Finals coming up here on Dakota Cowboy. Meanwhile, I spent some time in July in the Black Hills of South Dakota where, we went to the historic Homestake Opera House in Lead, and we visited with a musician friend of mine, she's like my sister. Her name is Kim Bachman, and we did some things called the Opry there in the Black Hills over the last several years, and we'll talk about that, and she'll play us a little tune. That'll be coming up here on Dakota Cowboy. And our North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame Hall of Honorees inductee of the week this week was just inducted this past June. You'll meet Tim Phelan here on Dakota Cowboy, and that segment is brought to you by Torgerson Auto Center. And along with that segment, we bring you the Dakota Cowboy Student Rodeo Athlete of the Week, and you'll want to meet Brees Oakland coming up here later on in the program. So there you go, dial up the neighbors and tell them to turn on Beck TV because Dakota Cowboy started about 2 minutes ago. And we'll be back here on Dakota Cowboy on this Labor Day weekend. We are presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust. We're back in just a jiffy on Beck TV.
Man has worked in sync with Mother Nature since the beginning of time. Relying on her to provide sufficient moisture every growing season is a roll of the dice. You can now ensure your pastures and rangelands with Rainfall Index policy available from Chamely Financial. This will give you the peace of mind by knowing you will be protected from the adverse effects of Mother Nature. Contact Chamely Financial today, 719-338-3428, or go to chamelyfinancial.com.
Stop out to our facility, Highway 22 South. Let us build a truck for you.
Unique gifts, an assortment of beautiful jewelry, and much more can be found at Dakota Territory Jewelry and Gifts in Medora. Montana silver necklaces and earrings, Black Hills gold and sterling silver jewelry, many Native American made pieces too, and a selection of art pieces. They carry healthy products made right here in North Dakota, and to satisfy your sweet tooth, fall in love with the best fudge around and the freshest taffy made right in the store. Buy it by the pound in a variety of flavors. Dakota Territory Jewelry and Gifts in historic Medora. Wild Bill here for Stephenson Sellinger Chiropractic of Dickinson. Recently, I tore my meniscus, and after an MRI, doctors gave me 3 options: prescription meds, reoccurring injections, or surgery, which wasn't guaranteed to rid me of the pain. Then someone suggested I try soft wave therapy. Stephenson Sellinger Chiropractic of Dickinson are skilled in this innovative treatment. After a few treatments, my pain went from an 8 down to a 1. See if soft wave therapy is right for you. Contact Stephenson Sellinger Chiropractic today.
Whether you have guns, ammo, vehicles, toys, or collectibles, consign with Last Chance Auction and we can help put money in your pocket. Give us a call at 334-SOLD or visit lastchancesd.com for upcoming auctions.
Hi, Rich from Law Motors. 45 years ago, Dad started selling cars. 35 years ago, I started selling cars. And 15 years ago, Tyler started selling cars.
And I'm Mom, and I told all of them, just be nice.
JR's Auto Body and Truck Collision has built a reputation as one of the most reputable and reliable body shops in this region. With nearly 30 years in business, customers count on JR's to get it done right the first time. They'll work with your insurance company to smoothen the process. From their 40-foot frame straightening machine, Sickens paint, and the latest technology in the repair industry, they're the only name you need to know. For auto, semi, RV, and trailer repair, it's JR's Auto Body and Truck Collision, North Dickinson. Call 701-483-6778. JR's Auto Body and Truck Collision.
Welcome back to Dakota Cowboy on Beck TV, brought to you by Dakota Community Bank and Trust. We are at the MHA Finals on Short Go. It's Sunday, and I'm with Kira Mavity. She is from Dickinson, and she is a junior, and you're leading the junior barrel race in these MHA rodeos. Can you tell me, one, what's so special about being part of the Mandan, Hidatsa, Rickarod Nation rodeos?
Well, I'm a Native American myself, and the atmosphere here is so different from any other rodeos I've been to. It's so calm. You can feel like you can be yourself here, you know. Nobody's judging you for what you bring or what trailer you have or the type of tack. You can just show up and be yourself.
They are so special. I couldn't agree with you more, Kira. Now, you actually had an aunt. Her name was Barbara, I heard, and she did the suicide races here in Twin Buttes before we had this beautiful facility. So go back to just your family heritage with the Native American culture.
So my mom's mom, Helen Gullickson, actually grew up right outside of Twin Buttes. It has a very nice ranch out there that you can see on the highway.
This is just pretty country.
It's so awesome, and we would go there. We'd visit her all the time, and I mean, I'd ride their stud, and nobody can remember his name, but we'd go out in the lands, and like it'd be so pretty. There'd be rivers, you'd have trees, and I don't have trees where I live. It's boring, and my horses actually ate the trees and killed them. And they have just miles and miles of just beautiful hills that you can just walk across. It's awesome.
Well, Kira, I know you have that in your heart, and horses have been in your heart since you were little. I've watched you grow up. This girl can race ponies like you would never believe, and now she's winning the barrel race. But Kira, you also goat tie in high school rodeo. You're active in Dickinson High School with cheerleading and everything. But it takes a lot to keep a barrel horse going for as many years as you have. So what preparation and what work does it entail? Is it 5 days a week, 7 days a week? Do you ever stop thinking about your barrel horse, Sunny?
Sunny is
She wanted to be in the camera.
Sunny is a really, really, really special horse to me. Without her, I couldn't be anywhere like leading the barrel race at all. It takes a lot to get her to look the way she does, like a lot. I mean, her feed and all the hay she has to get and her maintenance. I wouldn't call her a high maintenance horse, but I treat her like one because I believe that if you treat them well, they're going to run good for you.
Well, 2 princesses at the MHA Rodeo Finals. I couldn't be in better company. We are still at the MHA Finals, and I am with one of the stock contractors and kind of forerunners of the rodeo on the bucking horse side and the bull riding side, Marvin Driver. That's correct, right? And you're from Mandaree or
Newtown.
Newtown. Marvin, can you tell me about how you got started with this rodeo association and the drive you have to promote youth in rodeo?
Well, I started way back in the high school. We always had horses, and all my brothers rode broncs. So we built an arena one time, and we got all the horses that were loose, and we would practice on them. And I participated in high school, in 1 year at college. Then I moved to Texas, and I was down there for a while. After the military and college, I went back to a contest, and then when that was done, well, then I retired from work, and I rounded up the better horses that we had and kept them, and then added more to producing rodeos for the reservation.
So you've been in this for decades.
I've been in that for as long as I could remember. I don't remember ever living in town or anything. I'm always a country boy, and I just kept it at that. So it's good. I was a member of the GPIRA way back then, and I was a member of the NDRA Rodeo at one time. And but now we do like the MHA rodeos that just came about here, and it's interesting. Back in the 70s and 80s, we had tons of rough stock riders on the reservation, and we had a practice arena, and we would tell somebody, we're running some horses in, and everybody would show up. Some of them would show up on foot. So that was really interesting. And they would help us sort stock and fix corrals, because back then we all had wooden chutes and stuff. So it was interesting. I remember having one pickup horse that would go all the time, and so everybody take turns picking up. So we had a lot of fun on the afternoons. I think sometimes it was getting dark, and guys were still wanting to get on broncs there. So it was mostly fun. A lot of guys would just enjoy that. Although a lot of them never really went out and got into rodeos. They just like coming out and having fun and stuff. So
Well, that's kind of the big point of it. I mean,
And so when that ended, the Rodeo Association kind of mellowed down there a little bit, and it's coming back now. And now we got this youth, which we're trying to get the younger generation to get in there and help bring up the rough stock back to the reservation there. And the group here, Jackie Whitecape, is doing a real good job of it. They're taking stock around all over, and it's a chore to get things done, and like feeding and sorting and loading and stuff. You have to be agile, stay on your feet, because some of these horses, they'll plow you, So I just really...
And to know horses.
Yeah.
It's a skill that you don't learn in college.
And a lot of the horses that I have here, I raised them. They're 6-year-olds now, so I've been in there for about seven years. I enjoy doing that. I love what I'm doing. That's just the good part of it, And I get up and I think about the horses, or I go to bed, I was thinking about houses, or knowing how's that one, And so they're constantly on my mind 24 hours a day. So, But when I'm home, sometimes it's just me, myself, and I rodeo company, so I do all the work, feeding them and fixing gates and whatever that the horses tend to. So it's quite interesting. It keeps you moving.
Well, and that's when it's this nice out or 20 below.
Yeah, 20 below. That's when it depends on the machines and to get the job done. Because I try to keep them going all winter. I'm not really in favor of like malnutrition of my horses, so I grain them quite a bit on my horses. I also have pickup horses. I have a couple that are out being leased by rodeo companies, so it's interesting life. For me, it's like heaven on earth.
Heaven on earth, Mr. Marvin.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you're even part of you as much as your people. Horses are such a part of the culture. Do you see them every day just bringing a little bit more of a purpose now that you've always been involved in rodeo, but these MHAs bring a lot of people together from the communities that we're taking on at these rodeos.
Yeah, we had we try to do everything to promote bringing up the young kids. We emphasize quite a bit, just stay in school, be on a good path, get what you want done. If you enjoy what you're doing, I mean, that's a good life. You don't have to be in livestock or in rodeo to whatever you do, and we encourage them. And I know the reservation is having a lot of problems, and we're there to help with whatever we can, because we have people come out to the house to ride horseback stuff, and I enjoy that. So most of them are family, but they want to come out and ride alongside the lake there and kind of check out the view and stuff, and we do that. We have a riding group that we do parades and stuff, I'm kind of getting away from a lot of that because of the horse, the rodeo stock that I'm riding. So it's coming around, and I'm kind of glad it's kind of picking up here the last couple of years. And with this mini stock coming in, it's really a good thing for the youth coming up. And we emphasize that in some of the schools that, you want to be a cowboy, watch the Cowboy Channel and all that. So we do what we can.
Or watch Dakota Cowboy.
Yeah, Dakota Cowboy. That's always a good one to watch, because I'm familiar with a lot of the people that get on there.
Well, the world does need more bronc riders, and the world needs more people like the people helping the MHA Nation in these rodeos. I've seen it firsthand, and every rodeo is nothing but special to everybody that I'm surrounded with in our family, and we can't thank you enough for having these rodeos and seeing those little bull riders and bronc riders coming out. We are here at the MHA Finals in Twin Buttes, North Dakota, and that is the Mandan, Hidatsa, Arikara Nation Rodeo Finals. And I'm with a youth bronc rider and bull rider. Is that correct, Croy?
Just a bull rider.
Just a bull rider.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell me how you come to these rodeos and why you started bull riding?
I started because I just started watching it a lot and just felt I wanted to do it.
Yeah? So and you came from Montana. You've been traveling to all these rodeos.
Well, we've been down here for about 4 years. Going
Killdeer?
In Killdeer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where was the first place you rode a bull?
I think it would have been here.
Really, in Twin Buttes?
No, Killdeer, at the Killdeer Rodeo.
Perfect. So what have you done to become a better bull rider?
Just practice.
Practice? Do you have a buck and barrel or anything that you ride?
Yeah, I'm just working out.
Working out? Perfect. Are there any other sports you do on the side?
Yeah, I do wrestling, football.
That fits for bull riding because you're all in, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the MHA finals, so you rode a few bulls to be able to qualify to be here.
Yeah.
What do you look forward to at the end of the season?
Just winning.
Just winning?
Yeah.
Perfect. Is there anything else you can say about the MHA rodeo?
It's great to go to and just ride.
Just ride?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, right from the littlest bull rider I could find, but one of the greatest. We will be right back with more Dakota Cowboy on Web TV.
Sitting by the fireplace doing nothing is still doing something.
Share the memories with a new fireplace from Keller Hearth and Home and Heat and Glow. No one builds a better fire.
From sleek to modern design, we sell warmth, comfort, beauty, and relaxation.
Find the right style for your life, along with smart control options.
With over 50 burning models on display.
Visit our showroom today, Keller Hearth and Home and Heat and Glow, on the Strip Mandan and North Dickinson, where every day is a home show.
Hi, my name is Jeff Gould. I have a story called America's Story. I'm going to be doing it Valley City on October 20th. It's the East Greets West North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame fundraiser, and I hope you can make it. It's going to be a great time.
We'll begin at 5 p.m. on October 20th with a social dinner and a lively auction right after Jeff Gould presents America's Story. Tickets available now at NorthDakotaCowboy.org. East Greets West with the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame, October 20th at the Valley City, North Dakota Eagles Club.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
Medora Boot and Western Wear open year-round in historic Medora. You'll find quality items for cowboys and cowgirls of all ages. Medora Boot and Western Wear has over 1,500 pair of boots on hand at all times. New this year, the R. Watson brand of boot, featuring an all-leather heel, riveted shank, and a 10-iron leather sole. Jeans, shirts, hats, caps, and more, and customer service is #1. Medora Boot and Western Wear in historic Medora.
Medora Boot western wear.
Hello and welcome to the MHA Interpretive Center. It's the perfect stop along the Lewis and Clark Trail and the cultural hub of the Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara Nation. Nestled along the shores of Lake Sagagawea in Newtown, North Dakota, 1 mile west of the Four Bears Casino. You can enjoy amphitheater performances, art exhibitions, and educational workshops utilizing our Living Cultural Center. Enjoy some coffee, browse our gift shop, and learn about the original people of this land. Learn more at mhanation.com/interpretive center.
Welcome to Dakota Cowboy here on Beck TV, presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust. Make sure you follow them on Facebook and all their other social media sites, as well as their website, dakotacommunitybank.com. Dakota Community Bank and Trust presents Dakota Cowboy. And look where we are today, and look who is with us. It is my good friend, Kimberly Bachman. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you, too. It's been a while.
It has been. When was the last time? I think about a year ago in August, wasn't it?
It was
in
August,
We did a show together.
We did.
Yeah, Kim and I have done a lot of shows together, classic country shows in the northern hills of South Dakota, the Black Hills of South Dakota, if you will. And we are at our favorite venue. We had so much fun in this place. Where are we, Kim?
We are at the Homestake Opera House in Leeds, South Dakota.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes. It is like the mother church to us.
It sure is.
Yes.
Great analogy. I like that.
Yes.
The mother church of what we do.
Absolutely.
And we did 4 shows here, and then the shutdown happened, and then we did another one, and we did some in Belfouche. And the shows that we did, tell us what the format was for that. What was the general consensus of how you booked these bands and we put a show on?
Yes, you know, I looked in around the Black Hills of South Dakota, and there's really nothing like this. And so I got with Bill, and we put our heads together, and we have been doing a signature classic country Opry style show, and it has been so well received. And it's all the old time country that you would hear from the 60s and the 70s. And we put together a lot of local talent who also has the same passion that we have for that genre of music. And we have everybody from, should I mention names here?
No, absolutely.
Okay,
Please do. I was hoping you would.
Okay, we bring up Brent Morris out of Hill City, South Dakota, and he has a great baritone voice. We love Brent, and he is very well known in the hills. People love him. We also have a all-female group, which was the brainchild of Mr. Bill. He said, Kim, you need to get together 3 other women with you, the best talent in the hills, and form an all-girl group. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just don't know if I got it in me. And he twisted my arm a little bit, and by golly, we put it together. And from the first note we hit at the first practice, it was like divine intervention. It was awesome.
I gotta tell you, I am very proud of that. And you did the work. You put it together. We got on the same page, and anytime you got a stand-up bass and several good-looking, great-looking women playing, it gets your attention. And we had Peggy Douglas, and we had Sherry Ann Taylor, yourself, and the fiddle player
is Katie Sprague.
Katie, yes.
Yes.
And wonderful. And they call themselves the Lonesome Doves, and I'm so proud of that group. Yes, and we're hoping that you guys get together and I know what I was going to ask you. Is it fair to say that there may be some original music done by the Lonesome Doves? Are you working on that?
We actually, a number of us in that group are songwriters, and so we do some of our originals, and we bring them together. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear them.
Yeah, it's great because you got Katie on the fiddle, Peggy on the stand-up bass, Sherry Ann's on guitar, and then I play banjo, mandolin, and guitar, and the combination is just wonderful.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's current today. Let's go back. Let's go back to your younger days. When and where and how did you discover your passion for music?
You know, I was raised in the flatlands of Iowa, north central Iowa, and we moved out here 20 years ago to the Black Hills. And on Saturday nights, all the relatives would come over, and everybody would bring their instruments. And my mom would make a big old pot of goulash, because that's what you make when you're kind of poor and you got a bunch of people coming over, because it goes a long ways, you know. And so she'd make a big pot of goulash, and then everybody would arrive on the scene with all their instruments, and we would sing every country song there was. We were a huge family, and so kids were just lining the counters and on the floor, and uncles and aunts were there, and everybody was playing instruments and smoking cigarettes, you know, back in the day. It was late 60s, right? So the house was just blue. My dad didn't smoke, and so we had one ashtray in the house, and he'd always say, get the ashtray out, everybody's coming over. And at the end of the night, that ashtray would just be filled full of ashes, you know. So between the smoke and the country music, we had so much fun.
Okay, you just described the Carter family autobiography. What about you?
That's about right. It was great times, and so I grew up with all that music, and so it gets stuck in your head, you know, and fond memories of that.
Well, you had a good, I can say this, I don't have to ask this, you had a great childhood. When you got a common denominator like rhythm and song, and it's all part of everybody in the household's, you know, personalities, that makes for a happy childhood.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, lots of fun memories.
Then a young boy came into your life, and that's another one of your passions. She is just as passionate about her marriage to Mark as she is about her music. Talk about meeting Mark Bachman.
I had moved on to this farm in 8th grade in North Iowa, and he happened to be the neighbor boy. And he's the oldest of 5. There were 4 boys and a girl, and my sisters and I jumped on our horses, and we were riding around the section, and they were out in the yard working, and we met them and went horseback riding with them. So I eventually married that farm boy next door. And I remember when I got on the bus, that fall. We had rode horses, and then I got on the bus that fall after we moved there. And I walked down the center of the aisle of the school bus, and I was only in 8th grade, and our eyes locked, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna marry him. And by golly, I did. So here we are 42 years later, still married.
And 100 cases of Hamm's beer later, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, he is a Hamm's man, as you know.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he likes his Hamm's beer, so here we are 42 years later.
He has a dirt work business here in the Black Hills, too, staying quite busy with that.
Very busy. Yeah. His phone rings all the time, and he would like to slow down in the next few years, but I think that's a tough transition. When you are a goer and a worker, you know that.
Oh, heck yeah.
You know, tough and you know Mark.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he's been a workaholic all his life, and so, yeah, when he slows down, then I slow down a bit, because I'm the bookkeeper for the business, you know, so.
I know it's deeply personal, but prayer, the power of prayer. Absolutely. Talk about what it's done for you.
You know, every single day, I start my morning in that way. I'm a free spirit, as you know, and I feel like I need the Lord to guide me and keep me on path and going in the right direction. Ask every day, who can I help today, Lord? Who can I help? And he always puts someone in front of me. I try to be as helpful as possible. I was just saying to Mark last night, I said, I have so many wonderful friends who have been so helpful to me in so many ways. And my prayer is that I have been able to reciprocate and be helpful to them. I only hope in some way, somehow, I have helped others in the way that they've helped me.
Wow, we've helped each other. We've leaned on each other in the past. And after COVID, when we came back to the Opera House, we had Dion Pride, Charlie Pride's son, as our featured entertainer. Right. And we were contemplating whether or not we would be able to do that. And you brought it to the forefront that we all lost a family member recently. Your mom, my mom, his dad, Charlie Pride. Yes. And that still has an effect on me, obviously.
Yeah, that was very, very fresh and very raw for all of us. And as I watched Bill deal with his emotions, Dion Pride behind stage was really struggling that evening too, and I felt like I had to be the strong one and say, all right, let's suck it up, boys. We got a show to do. Let's go. Yeah. We're going to do it. I know we can do this. God is in this. Let's go. We can do it, and we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did.
Yeah.
We're not finished yet. We're going to hear a song here in just a moment, but a couple of things. Is there anything that, any question that I have not asked that you would like to share to the viewers today?
Well, I know that you know I feel very strongly about joy. And that's a
You
question.
wear it on your sleeve and on your face. Beautiful face.
Joy. Thank you. You're a great friend. You know, I choose joy, and I feel like we can choose another path, but why?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Choose joy every single day.
Okay. You're a preacher. We know that you're a wonderful musician, a loving mother, a loving wife, grandmother, all these things, but who is Kim Bachman? At the end of the day, how would you want people to remember you?
You know, you mentioned it earlier that, and we talked about joy. I want people, when they think of Kim Bachman, to think of joy, and not because my life is just full of joy all the time, but because I choose it. And I try to radiate that.
And you wear it on your face. Look at you.
Thank you. You know, the other thing that I want people to know is that I have such a great respect for the generation before me. My grandparents influenced me greatly, my parents and uncles and aunts from coming up on the farm, and that has had a great influence on me. And so I hope all my marketing, my Facebook posts, my conversations reflect how I was raised and my values. And so I hope that other people will grab onto that and cherish the generation before them, because it's their stories who make us who we are today. And if we can hang on to that and pass that on to our downline, it's valuable, it's priceless.
Okay, now you've admitted during this interview that we've had some pretty good ideas, namely Lonesome Doves. Right. I've got a challenge for you, and it's up to you if you want to accept this or not, okay? All right. I want to do another interview with you down the road someday. Okay. And during that interview, I would like you to debut a song that you wrote with my help called The Boy on the Bus.
Oh, okay. All right. Challenge accepted.
Awesome, awesome. What are we going to hear?
We're going to hear a song that I wrote a couple years ago, and it won in the top 20. It was chosen as the top 20 in the Red Lodge Songwriter Festival up in Red Lodge, yes. And so it came out of the feeling that, you know, throughout my life, you know, you say things you feel strongly in, and someone may squash you, and that affects you as your opinion is squashed, and so you become silent. And a couple years ago, I was approaching 60. What? And I thought to myself, yes, and I thought to myself, you know what? I've seen some things. I'm almost 60 years old. I've seen some things in my life. And the things that I have seen make a difference and are worthy of sharing. And that's where this song came from.
What's the title?
I've seen some things. Yeah.
Kimberly Bachman.
We brought the banjo today. I've seen some things in my day. I've seen the rain wash trouble away, and I felt the someone burn hope in my soul. I've seen some things
One thing I love about interviewing artists on this program is they give us a glimpse of their soul, and that's what you just did. That is a wonderful song. Oh, if you have new fans that are watching today, they can find you on Facebook.
They sure can.
Okay, Kimberly Bachman Music.
Kimberly K. Bachman.
Kimberly
and,
K.
Website KimberlyKBachman.com.
Wonderful, wonderful. And also, make sure you do some looking for the Homestake Opera House on Facebook and on their website. They have activities here all the time, from plays to musicians, all sorts of great things. They do a great Christmas program, and we want to thank Thomas Golden, who is the executive director here at the Homestake Opera House, for allowing us in this beautiful facility today. And Kim, thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. You are a dear friend. Thank you for doing this, but more importantly, thank you for being my friend.
Same.
This is Dakota Cowboy, presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Since the beginning of time, people have gathered around a glowing fire to tell their stories. Keep these fires burning with a Yodel wood or gas-burning stove. Stop in today, Keller Hearth and Home and Yodel Stove, on the Strip Mandan and North Dickinson, where every day is a home show.
Hi, Rich from Law Motors. 45 years ago, Dad started selling cars. 35 years ago, I started selling cars. And 15 years ago, Tyler started selling cars.
And I'm Mom, and I told all of them, just be nice.
Base Flug Trailers of Dickinson is a family-owned dealer with expert staff that know their products front to back. We stock over 150 units of all types and can custom order a trailer with the unique features and capabilities you require for brands you can trust. Our experienced service team is the reason we're also the best place to have your trailer customized or repaired. Count on Base Flug Trailers of Dickinson to keep you hauling.
Man has worked in sync with Mother Nature since the beginning of time. Relying on her to provide sufficient moisture every growing season is a roll of the dice. You can now insure your pastures and rangelands with Rainfall Index policy available from Chamely Financial. This will give you the peace of mind by knowing you will be protected from the adverse effects of Mother Nature. Contact Chamely Financial today, 719-338-3428, or go to chamelyfinancial.com.
JR's Auto Body and Truck Collision has built a reputation as one of the most reputable and reliable body shops in this region. With nearly 30 years in business, customers count on JR's to get it done right the first time. They'll work with your insurance company to smoothen the process. From their 40-foot frame straightening machine, Sickens paint, and the latest technology in the repair industry, they're the only name you need to know. For auto, semi, RV, and trailer repair, it's JR's Auto Body and Truck Collision, North Dickinson. Call 701-483-6778. JR's Auto Body and Truck Collision.
Whether you have guns, ammo, vehicles, toys, or collectibles, consign with Last Chance Auction and we can help put money in your pocket. Give us a call at 334-SOLD or visit lastchancesd.com for upcoming auctions.
For more than 70 years, farmers and ranchers have relied on Dickinson Ready Mix for all their concrete needs. Whether it's a shop building for machinery storage or paved feedlots for your livestock, grain bins for on-site grain storage, or precast pads for automatic cattle waterers, Dickinson Ready Mix has been there to provide quality concrete for all your agricultural structures and infrastructure. For your next project, call Dickinson Ready Mix to discuss the benefits that concrete can add to your operation.
Since the beginning of time, people have gathered around a glowing fire to tell their stories. Keep these fires burning with a Yodel wood or gas-burning stove. Stop in today, Keller Hearth and Home and Yodel Stove, on the Strip Mandan and North Dickinson, where every day is a home show.
Hey, we're looking for ideas for our next commercial. Thoughts?
We have a fully stocked lot. Cars, trucks, SUVs.
Clearly.
We strive for honesty, transparency, and a better buying experience.
Of course we do. Guys, think everybody's busy. Nobody has time to spend hours shopping for a car. Has to be simple, easy.
Sales, service, simplified.
Perfect. Torgerson Auto Center, East Bismarck Expressway. Sales, service, simplified.
Thanks for watching Dakota Cowboy here on Beck TV, which is presented each and every week by our great friends at Dakota Community Bank and Trust. We're here on the second floor of the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame in the Sacred Hall of Honorees, as we're preparing to bring you this week's North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame Hall of Honorees Inductee of the Week. And this segment is brought to you by our friends at Torgerson Auto Center, East Bismarck Expressway in Bismarck. With the cooler weather approaching and winter coming sooner than we'd like, are you sure your vehicle is going to make it through? Well, you might consider replacing it with some of the great inventory that they have at Torgerson Auto Center. Find them on Facebook, find them at torgersonautocenter.com, or better yet, go to their lot on East Bismarck Expressway in Bismarck. Our North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame Hall of Honorees Inductee of the Week was inducted just this past June. In 2023, in the category of Modern Era Rodeo, meet Tim Phelan.
Tim was born November 30, 1956, to Art and Marie Phelan in Bismarck, North Dakota. He was raised on a ranch in Almont. At a young age, he started roping and doctoring cattle with his dad. His career started in Little Britches Rodeo as well as junior and high school rodeos. He then moved on into amateur and professional arenas. Tim was the North Dakota State High School champion cap roper in 1973 and in 1975. It led him to a full-ride rodeo scholarship at Dawson Community College in Glendive, Montana. While in college, he also competed in the North Dakota Rodeo and Rough Rider Rodeo Associations. He won many championships in great organizations. 7-time North Dakota Rodeo Association cap roping champion. 2-time Standing Rock Rodeo Association champ. Twice North Dakota Rodeo Association all-around cowboy. 3 times he won the Northern Plains Rodeo Association calf roping. And 2-time Rough Rider Association champion. He won the all-around cowboy buckle at Home on the Range Champions Ride in 1984. Tim also won the prestigious all-around cowboy title by placing 3rd in the cap roping and 1st in the team roping, heeling behind Bruce Berkland. Tim was the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association Badlands Circuit All-Around Rookie of the Year and PRCA Badlands Circuit Cap Roping Finals champion in 1985. And then more than a decade later, the Senior Pro World Champion Cap Roper in 2006. From 1990 to 1996, Tim traveled with NFR qualifier and Canadian cap roping champion Smokin' Joe Lucas, with the pair winning or placing at some of the PRCA's most prestigious rodeos. From 1980 to 86, Tim raised and trained rodeo and ranch horses, boarded horses, and coached team and cap roping events. He dedicated much of his life to raising and training good horses. He shared his knowledge of the sport and was responsible for new cap ropers and team ropers enjoying our sport. In 1993, Tim entertained in daily rodeo shows at the El Patio Guest Ranch in Kumamoto, Japan, where Tim calf roped and team roped. After the performances, Tim gave roping lessons to guests of the ranch. He represented cowboys, teaching his Western way of life as well as ranch and rodeo skills. Today, Tim lives in Arizona. Together with Randy Fitchner, he runs a roping camp and gives roping lessons to winter visitors at their acreage. Please help me welcome the first of 2 North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame inductees in the Modern Era Rodeo category, Tim Phelan.
Well, it's an honor to be here. I'd like to thank the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame, Jim Chamley, for nominating me, and the trustees that voted me in. I guess I didn't get here by accident. I had a lot of mentors and traveling partners, and that's part of the getting where you need to go, you know, and people that have good energy and positive attitudes. And anyway, I did have a good foundation because my dad was a great horseman. And I mean, of course, we started out roping calves in the pasture. I mean, there's mornings where we had scours and we might have to rope 25 head of calves, and I guess you learn the easiest way. But I had partners like Joel Olson. He lived just up the road from me, and we'd rope and tie hundreds of calves, I mean, until our hands were bloody, and we'd tape them, and that's what it took. And then from there, I guess it was the high school finals here, like 1975. I won the finals and got a rodeo scholarship to Glendive, Montana. And of course, I got out there and I hooked up with a guy by the name of Sherman Engesser, and we traveled together and roped together, and he was just driven, and I mean, he'd do the same thing as Joe, and we'd go to get up at 6 o'clock, you call me or I call you, and we'd rope and tie calves till our 9 o'clock class, and after class, we'd go rope again, you know, and then anyway, he says, Tim, he said, they got a night rodeo in Cody, Wyoming. That was come summer. He said, we can make a living down there roping. Really? Yeah. So anyway, we go down there to Cody and had a rodeo overnight. And Sherman and I had roped, and we had a motel rented for $6 a night. And I had my camper, and we could eat everything out of the garden out back. And enter the rodeo was $20, and we could only maybe win 200. But anyway, we made it through the summer, but that summer there was an old man. We thought he was old. He was maybe 50. We was 18, of course. And anyway, Sherman says this guy's got a lot of knowledge, and he'd been to NFR. He'd been to his boy won the world, Bucky Bradford, and we followed him around and made friends, and through the years of rodeo, and he was like my lifeline. I'd call Buck and say, hey, I'm having problems with the roping and this or that, and he'd fix it, you know. And then I had some success at the circuit rodeos and kind of wanted to go further, and I'd met this Joe Lucas, and anyway, we teamed up and we run all over Canada, and of course Joe knew the ropes, and he entered and taught me a lot about entering, because when you got to be in you know, overnighters and that sort of thing, it's really important to have somebody who really knows what they're doing and a positive attitude. But anyway, a lot of people wondered, I had a call from my dad talking about good horses. I had a call from my dad one day, and he said, Dickie Belliott's got a colt down here. I'm in college, and he said, he's out at the Luger Ranch, and he looks bred good, and Tim, he looks the part. And he said, he wants $900. So I think we should buy him. So anyway, we did, and I started him, rode him in the ranch, and got him going, and then took him down to Gary Zilverberg. I got to credit Gary, helped me a lot with that horse. And we roped on him, and then him and I traveled together, hauled him about 3 years. But anyway, this horse, I rode him for 24 years. I won on him for 24 years. Sonny Air told me one day, he said, you're the only guy I know that made almost one complete calf roping career off one horse. But anyway, I'd like to thank friends, family for coming out, and everyone. Thank you.
After spending many winters in North Dakota, Tim Phelan figured a few things out. So in the winter months, he offers a roping camp to visitors in Maricopa, Arizona. Tim Phelan, our North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame Hall of Honorees inductee of the week, brought to you by Torgerson Auto Center. Here at the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame, we honor the champions of the past and we support the champions of the future. Meet this week's Dakota Cowboy Student Rodeo Athlete of the Week. Our Dakota Cowboy Student Rodeo Athlete of the Week is newly crowned MHA National Team Roping Champion header in the Junior Division, Brees Oakland, a freshman at Hazleton High School. Brees is a 2023 state champion team roping header and boys breakaway state champion in North Dakota Junior High Rodeo. He finished 11th in the team roping at the National Junior High Rodeo Finals and 6th in the nation in breakaway roping in 2022. He was the team roping header champion for the number 4 ropers, winning a brand new scooter in the Live Like Coy Summer Roping Series produced by the Carsons of Grassy Butte. Brees is a multiple Wrangler roping champion at various team ropings across the northern states and is an advocate for helping at his family's therapeutic riding center called TR for Heart and Soul, located south of Bismarck, where he works with and leads horses day in and day out for the physically and mentally disabled. Congratulations to Brees Oakland of Bismarck, the Dakota Cowboy Student Rodeo Athlete of the Week. We're proud of Brees Oakland and all our Dakota Cowboy Student Rodeo Athletes of the Week. If you know somebody who should be nominated for the Dakota Cowboy Student Rodeo Athlete of the Week, send a few pictures, maybe a few videos of them in action, and a brief biography. Email them to bill@dakotacowboy.com, and we'll see about getting them on as our next Dakota Cowboy Student Rodeo Athlete of the Week. Thanks so much for watching on this Labor Day weekend. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll be back one more time to wrap things up on this Sunday evening here on Dakota Cowboy, presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust on Beck TV. We'll be right back.
Okay, we're looking for ideas for our next commercial. Thoughts?
We have a fully stocked lot. Cars, trucks, SUVs.
Clearly.
We strive for honesty, transparency, and a better buying experience.
Of course we do. Guys, think everybody's busy. Nobody has time to spend hours shopping for a car. Has to be simple, easy.
Sales, service, simplified.
Perfect. Torgerson Auto Center, East Bismarck Expressway. Sales, service, simplified.
Unique gifts, an assortment of beautiful jewelry, and much more can be found at Dakota Territory Jewelry and Gifts in Medora. Montana silver necklaces and earrings, Black Hills gold and sterling silver jewelry, many Native American-made pieces too, and a selection of art pieces. They carry healthy products made right here in North Dakota, and to satisfy your sweet tooth, fall in love with the best fudge around and the freshest taffy made right in the store. Buy it by the pound in a variety of flavors. Dakota Territory Jewelry and Gifts in historic Medora. Wild Bill here for Stephenson Sellinger Chiropractic of Dickinson. Recently, I tore my meniscus, and after an MRI, doctors gave me 3 options: prescription meds, reoccurring injections, or surgery, which wasn't guaranteed to rid me of the pain. Then someone suggested I try soft wave therapy. Stephenson Sellinger Chiropractic of Dickinson are skilled in this innovative treatment. After a few treatments, my pain went from an 8 down to a 1. See if soft wave therapy is right for you. Contact Stephenson Sellinger Chiropractic today. Medora Boot and Western Wear, open year-round in historic Medora. You'll find quality items for cowboys and cowgirls of all ages. Medora Boot and Western Wear has over 1,500 pair of boots on hand at all times. New this year, the R. Watson brand of boot, featuring an all-leather heel, riveted shank, and a 10-iron leather sole. Jeans, shirts, hats, caps, and more, and customer service is number 1. Medora Boot and Western Wear in historic Medora.
Medora Boot and Western Wear.
Hi, my name is Jeff Gould. I have a story called America's Story. I'm going to be doing it Valley City on October 20th. It's the East Greets West North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame fundraiser, and I hope you can make it. It's going to be a great time.
We'll begin at 5 p.m. on October 20th with a social dinner and a lively auction right after Jeff Gould presents America's Story. Tickets available now at NorthDakotaCowboy.org. East Greets West with the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame, October 20th at the Valley City, North Dakota Eagles Club.
Preserve liberty and understand the constitutional foundation of freedom with Rick Green, America's Constitution coach. Rick will be speaking live September 9th in Williston and September 10th in Bismarck. Email eventcontactinfo88@gmail.com for tickets.
We are rewriting Hollywood's script for our kids. I'm pop culture expert Tina Griffin, and as a former Hollywood actress, I'm giving you a behind-the-scenes look at how today's entertainment is eroding the foundational development of America's youth and how to safely navigate this pop culture chaos. Knowledge is power. Parents want solutions. It's time to get the power back in your hands and reclaim the right to decide who and what should influence your kids.
Weekdays at 2 p.m. Central Time on Beck TV.
Hey y'all, it's Trent on the loose. Travel the country with Trent on the loose.
and we'll find those interesting human interest stories behind the people that bring us the efficient food supply. Trent on the Loose.
Well, thanks for watching this episode of Dakota Cowboy here on Beck TV. Enjoy what remains of your Labor Day weekend, and we will be back next week with a brand new program presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust. A big thank you to all of our guests this week and all of our sponsors, and thank you for watching. And if you forgot to hit the record button and you'd like to see this episode again, just go to becknews.com/Dakota Cowboy. On behalf of Tisa Peak, I'm Wild Bill, and we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next week here with a brand new episode of Dakota Cowboy presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust. We'll see you in the future, if not in the pasture. Adios.
We are rewriting Hollywood's script for our kids. I'm pop culture expert Tina Griffin, and as a former Hollywood actress, I'm giving you a behind-the-scenes look at how today's entertainment is eroding the foundational development of America's youth and how to safely navigate this pop culture chaos. Knowledge is power. Parents want solutions. It's time to get the power back in your hands and reclaim the right to decide who and what should influence your kids.
Weekdays at 2 p.m. Central Time on Beck TV. Now you can have the personalized forecast at your fingertips when you need it. Beck's exclusive Weather Insight is information tailored to you. Radar, weather alerts, forecasts, and videos. Download the free Weather on Beck News app. Search your app store now.
Hey y'all, it's Trent on the Loose. I'm a sixth-generation farmer, husband, patriot, father. And as much as I'd love to just sit here under this shade tree and celebrate my own place on my front porch, truth of the matter is that people don't know who, where, and how is producing their food. So travel the country with Trent on the Loose, and we'll find those interesting human interest stories behind the people that bring us the efficient food supply. Trent on the Loose.
We're the ladies of Another View. Join us at 9 a.m. weekday mornings.
We'll discuss issues you care about from local and national perspectives.
Weekdays at 9 a.m. on Beck TV and online at beck.news.
It's time to get educated, people.
And that's just what we're doing on our new show, Educated. Every day we bring you the stories from inside the classroom that mainstream media won't cover.
So stay educated with us. Weekdays at 2:30 p.m. Central Time on Beck News or anytime online at beck.news.